boy, oh boy, oh boy, has Raven Gaming Anthony ever cooked up a treat for us today. This is Guardians of the Hood, and this is the RetroTech 120p challenge. So you get as many goes as you like, but once you've pressed record, the 2 credits you use in that go are your go. You must then stop pressing record when you've carked it, and then upload the beast and see how well you've done. This is very special, this game. Watch as the homeless man gets used as a weapon. What a dreadful game. It's Atari, it's 1992, digitized graphics, my absolute non-favourite. It's made by, I think, probably by some of the programmers of Pitfighter, which explains why it's so dreadful. It was never converted to any of the formats, because who the hell would want this? It was 3 players simultaneous. You've got 4 selectable characters: Connor, Chief, Javier, who I'm controlling at the moment, and Tanya, the lady, and they're taking on the Dreads, the Shavers, and the Dragons, the Shavers. The gang leader, when you defeat them, can be used as another character, I think. Believe it or not, this actually had a fan-made sequel that someone made in 2020. And I know people were a bit bored during lockdown, but Jesus Christ, how bored do you have to be? So yeah, very terrible game, very bad indeed. Don't worry, this won't last long. You can go about the rest of your day or watch some of the other videos that everyone else has made of this absolute horror show of a game. But first, I am going to give you the general facts of the week, which, because it's Guardians of the Hood, clitoral hood, clitoris. There you go. That's how I do my workings out. I've got 6 amazing facts about the clitoris for you. I covered the vagina the other week. That's a sentence, isn't it? I covered the vagina. With what? So the clit is bigger than you think. 3/4 of it is not visible. The major part of it is underground, or under the flesh, and is 4 inches long. I got beaten up by Granny there. Probably because I was talking about clitorises. The clitoris starts off as the same part as a penis. 12 weeks into labour, the genital tissue of the fetus is exactly the same as that of a penis, and it sort of goes off in a tangential way, develops into something else. First credit done. The vaginal tunnel doesn't have much sensation, but the clitoris has 8,000 nerve endings, which is double that of the penis end. Just like the nose, the clitoris never stops growing, and it doesn't age. So your grandmother has a very long but very young looking clitoris. Think about that while you're having your dinner. Matteo Rinaldo Colombo, an Italian anatomist, discovered the clitoris as late as the 1500s. Well, I guess he was the first man to discover it. I guess the women must have known they were there. I guess. Surely. And the longest clitoris ever measured was 12 inches long. Yikes, that must have looked like a mammoth. Apparently the largest penis ever, according to someone I know who watched Love Island, not me, was like 18 inches long. So if those 2 people got together, they'd probably end up tangled up. So this bit's interesting, because you go into, you've finished your punching up in the street and you go into this gym. And the idea is that while you're in this gym, you then sort of have a scuffle, if you will, with another one of the selectable characters. I thought this was like a training thing and it didn't matter if you died, but it does. You can't continue if you get beaten, which probably gives away what happens. So yeah, the RetroTech 120p challenge. If you want to start with one of the worst games of all time, please do join this week, because you will be able to select a much better game for next week. As long as you've not played it before, even if you do terribly at this game like I have here, you can still stick your oar in and play along. There's a child in the background there, crikey, and someone wearing, is that like a bum bag? I don't know. But yeah, you can join in, and it doesn't really matter how far you get. You go entered into the wheel, and you may well find that your game is picked, and that would be nice, won't it? You'll enjoy that. Please make sure it's not Guardians of the Hood 2. You can't anyway, it's just a PC fan make. There's still loads of games that haven't been selected, so maybe there's one that you thought of that you could play. But yes, do join in and do watch some of the other videos. Maybe Anthony's secretly really good at this, and he will surprise us and finish the entire game. But if you want my review of it, terrible. Everything about it. And you can fill in different words in between those terribles, like graphics, collision detection, gameplay, music. The music is like the worst of Atari. Atari did some really cracking games back in the 80s, but at this stage they were pumping out diarrhea. And as Anthony said to me on Facebook, he said, bear in mind this came out in 1992, the same year as Streets of Rage, a couple of years after Final Fight, 6 years after Double Dragon, and I thought this was good enough. I've never ever liked digitized graphics. I just think they look so ugly. So yeah, that, like, even like great games like Mortal Kombat, I don't like. But anyway, that is the end of my go. I just narrowly lost there, actually. So what shame I couldn't continue playing. But that is the end of my go. So yes, as I say, join the challenge. It'll be good fun to see new faces, won't it? New faces looking sad because they're playing Guardians of the Hood. But until next time, thanks for watching, and Kay, thanks. Bye. I won't vote on the next game. At the moment, Basildon Bond's winning. You don't want that, do you?